Good to go, sir. Good luck.
Okay. Good morning, everybody in Canada, United States, Latin America. I'm sure that you all are taking care of your health and your wellness, and you must be going for your morning jog, morning walk, and you must be enjoying, some of us, a cup of coffee, cup of tea. Some of us must be doing indoor exercise because this is a time for COVID-19 pandemic when we all are locked. But at the same time, the life has to go on. And if you are mentally robust and mentally tough, you can overcome any difficulty at any point of time. So while extending a very hearty welcome to all my brothers and sisters, those are in Canada, those are in Latin America, and those are in USA, let me move on a little further. I come to Europe. You must have enjoyed your lunch in Europe. And people in Europe, wherever you are, let's take care of your health because we know Italy, France, Spain, UK, they have suffered quite a bit during this particular pandemic. Our deep condolences to all the departed souls, the families, and at the same time, we pray to Almighty that all of us on this planet, the living people, humanity, we should take care of each other. We should take care of each other's health, wellness, whatever best we can do from our side. Ladies and gentlemen, let me move further from there to Central Asia. I'm coming to Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan, Afghanistan, all that area. And of course, South Asia is also there because people are joining us from Sri Lanka, Maldives, Bhutan, Nepal, all the places. I extend you all a very hearty welcome. All my brothers and sisters, those are in India, today is a Guru Purnima. Let me explain it to my president also. Guru Purnima means you bow yourself to that teacher, that Guru, because after parents, your teacher is the one who takes a place in your life. So today is the most pious day. Today is the most wonderful day on this planet. As far as India is concerned, it's a Guru Purnima when we salute, we respect, and we give our salutations to our teachers, our Guru, the people those are, and we are talking about making education relevant and where there is a global confluence of educators and motivators. Let me move from India. There is a Middle East. A lot of people join us from Doha, Qatar, Oman, Dubai, Sharjah, Abu Dhabi, all the places. Kuwait, Asha ji comes every day. And from Bahrain, all the way, Geeta Chopra, her husband Rajneesh, they join us. So we extend you a very hearty welcome to all of you. And let me come to now my president's place, that is the ASEAN countries, all the 10 beautiful countries, 650 million wonderful people on this planet, what we have got, right from the Myanmar, Cambodia, Laos, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, Brunei. You all are wonderful people on this planet and doing a lot. And my deep regards to my president, who had been very kind, that on a Guru Purnima day, we are holding interaction with my president from the ASEAN, and he had been very kind to bring this evening our focus on the youth, because the youth is future, and youth, what we are talking about is how our education system has to be relevant. Whatever we are teaching, is that relevant in our day-to-day life? During the lockdown, during this COVID-19, we must have experienced when children are at home, most of the parents must be realizing it, that do our children know how to repair the tap water of our residence, how to repair the tube light or electricity, how to understand what vegetables we are eating, what is organic, what is calories, what is vegan food, and what exactly is sowed in which particular season. There are a number of things which we have to understand. Unless the education doesn't have the relevance in our day-to-day life, it's very difficult for us to understand how we basically impart the education which is futuristic, which is realistic, which is applicable to day life. So that is the kind of a deliberation what we are talking about, and we will be taking today on. So ladies and gentlemen, let me proceed further from there. I extend a very, very hearty welcome to my Honorable President of International Chamber for Service Industry, Paul Pornthep SriNarula ji from Bangkok, from Thailand. We extend you a very hearty welcome. And in your language, if I could pronounce it properly, Swadikha. Swadikha.
สวัสดีครับ
Swadikha. Yes. And we extend you a very hearty welcome on this webinar. I'm so grateful to people, those who have joined us from the world over. Entire education fraternity is there. There are vice chancellors, there are directors, there are chancellors, there are principals, there are teachers, there are students, there are technocrats, there are polytechnic people, there are ITI people, and there are research people, there are innovation, there are others, those are directly and indirectly empowering the entire education system. They all are with us. Ladies and gentlemen, let me put it in a very humble way. Our president, ICSI, International Chamber for Service Industry, he's a motivational speaker, he's a digital media talk show host, he's a lifestyle holistic health. When I talk about holistic health, it's a treat if you spend some time with him in his country over there. I saw him, his driver is in the car. He is enjoying the car and moving on the road, and he's walking side by. And when I asked him, what exactly is that, President Saab? He says, I want to take my evening walk so that I finish my exercise and I got to be holistically developing my body where yoga, meditation, naturopathy, music therapy, nutrition, good food. And when I talk about good food, I got to share with all of you, he is a thorough vegan and he's a president who is leading a lot of campaigns over there. He took me to one of the restaurants when I visited. I was quite surprised. Every item looked like that it is made from the milk or milk products, but none of the places they used anything, and it was all vegan activities and vegan food. I must compliment him. And that's why the attire what he has taken for his body, his clothes, his shoes, and I went that minutely to see his belt also on his trouser, which he uses. He doesn't want to use any animal related activity. So my deep regards to our president. He is a true soldier for the vegan activities world over. Ladies and gentlemen, the purpose, the positioning, and the presentation. And he's also a sales and a marketing trainer. He's an entrepreneur. He has got a lot of programs on estate agencies and estate agents, networking, marketing, which is very popular today in the tech area. So, network marketing educators programs, quite a bit of it. He's a founder and CEO of Syncate Group, which is basically when you talk about the Max Energy, the Remax Energy, the world largest real estate franchise. When I talk about that, Paul Narula Academy, when I went over there, it was a treat for my eyes because we had India's mission people, India's embassy people in Thailand. They all came for the function. And then we had a variety and a mix of a crowd from all the places. So that particular academy organizes a lot of interactions and programs on real estate, personal branding, personal development, personality development, sales and marketing, leadership, and a couple of other programs related to that. He's also taking care of, as he is an owner of the Omni Tower Syncate Suites. When I talk about this, ladies and gentlemen, these are services apartment, 35 floors in the heart of the Bangkok with total 389 residential units and 58 commercial units which are located over there. And I was so surprised that people, those are coming for medical tourism to Bangkok, to Thailand, and to that particular area. Most of them, they take the place for a longer duration so that they can stay longer. They have got the at a arm's length from the hospital, the facility, and all of them they take care of. So this evening, ladies and gentlemen, while extending a hearty welcome to all of you, my brothers and sisters from the whole world, my very special thanks to all my brothers and sisters from ASEAN countries, those have joined over here. And together, all of us, we want to empower the global education system. We want to make education relevant. We want to make education which can be applied in our day-to-day life, because whatever we are getting in the education today, it was required in the industrial era, and it was 200 years back when the machines were there, factories were there, workers were coming, they were working over there, supervisor was sitting in the front, like that only the classrooms and everything and all that being, and that is going on. And I personally feel that this particular COVID-19 has brought everybody from the dream side to the real side, from the classroom sitting on the benches like a theater. They have been brought out to the reality where we got to understand, and we will never be, please do understand, we will never go back to January and February of 2020. Now the education has to get on a different mode. It has to get into a different arena. The technology has to play a very important role. All of us, whatever age group we are, whatever country we are, whatever place, whether we are in urban, rural, semi-urban, far-flung area, we all have to adapt it. And that is the mission and the mode which we started on 5th of June. That is on World Environment Day. And we are carrying this campaign till 15th of August 2020. That is India's Independence Day. And our vision is 1 million educators to be the part of this forum. We have already reached 36,000 people, and we are going ahead from there. We started with the humble baby steps of 200 people, 300 people, but each day more and more people are coming. They are becoming serious, and they are giving us so much of support. I'm getting so many inputs from so many quarters that each one of is telling that I would like to be a panelist. I would like to come on the watch party. So, ladies and gentlemen, technical difficulties will be there. Technical glitches will be there. You will be surprised to know that in spite of having all the gadgets, I tried initially for the Net Plus network in India. Then I went to the Geo, that didn't work. Then I went to the Vodafone, that didn't work. Then I went to the Airtel, that didn't work. And finally, I came with another mode, and I'm talking to you from my mobile phone this evening, because I didn't want to miss this opportunity when the whole world has come. And by somehow, although I wanted to share a lot of slides with all of you, what all we are doing in Buddhism, every Saturday morning, 9:30 to 11 o'clock, we are getting valuable inputs every Saturday morning from the International Buddhist Confederation of the world. And from the world over, 500 million people are followers of Buddhism today. That particular body is coming with us, and it was a proud. Only yesterday morning, we had the panelists from Sri Lanka, we had from Thailand, and we had all the way from Canada, from the British Columbia, three of them together. This morning, Sunday morning, once again, in spite of all technical difficulties, we had Professor Satendra Dhiman from Woodbury University, California, from the United States, talking to all of us what is the relevance of Srimad Bhagavad Gita in our education system, how it holds a relevance in management education and the entire ecosystem of education. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of other programs are there, but not standing in between my president and all of you anymore. I've taken quite a bit of time. He was kind enough to give me so much of time to share the thought process, because I wanted our presidents to know everything. And you will be very happy. And one more point, 15th of July is a very important day by the United Nations. 15th of July is a World Youth Skills Day. 15th of July is a World Youth Skills Day. And we are starting a new program in this that is called Yes Program, Yes Program, Positive Program. And when I say yes, that means youth empowerment strategies. Youth empowerment strategies. With these words, ladies and gentlemen, let me extend a very hearty welcome to ICSI President from Bangkok, from Thailand, Shri Paul Pornthep SriNarula ji, and all to you, sir.
สวัสดีครับ Once again,
Swadika.
thank you so much for all your kind words. I'm very happy to be part of the prestigious and very highly dynamic organization ICSI, and to be given the honor of leading a 2 years term as a president, and being a person from of Indian origin, born and grew up in Bangkok, Thailand, part of ASEAN. We have a very long tie-up with India, the whole ASEAN. Uh, the tie-up started around the time of King Ashoka. That's how we got Buddhism to Thailand and to many other ASEAN countries. And in between, the tie-up may have been lost. Uh, India was more looking at the West, and again now India policy is to look east, taking interest in ASEAN. ASEAN was formed about 50 years ago by 5 countries, and then later 5 countries added after the Cold War, those who were originally communist. Now we are 10 members country, and we have a very strong group, second only to European Union in the entire world. Uh, Date back 35 years ago when I started traveling within the region. We had no visa between all the 10 member countries. Any country can travel to any other country freely without visa. I started my business, my career by visiting Singapore 35, 40 years ago. And I remember I never required any visa. So we had that very strong formation. In the year 2000, we started FTA, which between ASEAN and India, China, Australia, South Korea, and Japan. India and China regard ASEAN as a very strong trading partner, and we also highly value India and China. We have gone through the Cold War. Southeast Asia was bombed during the Cold War more than Germany and France combined during the Second World War. Many people may not know this. The war between Russia and US was very intense, especially using this part of the world as a strategy to fight. That's how Vietnam was divided into North and South Vietnam. Today, despite this, despite the very highly challenging start, the Cold War, and Singapore was just broke from Malaysia to be an independent country. So lots of challenge when ASEAN started. But look at ASEAN today, we are one of the most peaceful region in the entire world. We look at each region in the world, there are more conflict, there are some war going on, but ASEAN is very peaceful, despite a very highly challenging start. Now, ASEAN recognized that we need to resume tie with India, the tie we have 2,000 years ago when we got culture. This is what we got from India. When we meet, we put our two hands together. When I was a boy going to school, part of every school curriculum we learn about Ram, Lakshman, Hanuman is part of our school textbook. Indian literature, our religion, Buddhism, our language, Thai language originated from Sanskrit. When we name a child being born, we follow Hindu custom. Our name has meaning. Our airport, Bangkok airport name Suvarnabhumi. In Thai, we pronounce as Suvarnabhumi or Suvarnabhumi. It's an Indian name. So we are very much Indian culture. Almost all our culture, tradition, practice in Thailand has its root from India. Now we look forward to India, and our ASEAN policy now, we have gone through the Cold War between US and Russia. Now we do not want to see a new Cold War between US and China. So we try to balance ourselves. We try to be neutral. We like to have good relationship with US, China, and India. And when I was a boy growing up in Bangkok, Thailand never been colonized. So we are among the very few country in the region that never been colonized. Our English is quite backward. When I was a boy growing up in Thailand, the whole of Thailand has only 3 international schools and very expensive among elite class, embassy people. So it was very popular for those days, people of those days, parents to send their children to India for education. My 3 sisters went to India for education. Most of my cousin brother, most of my cousin sisters went to India for education. Shimla, Mansouri, Darjeeling, very popular destination of those days. I was among the very few who never went to India for education. I do not know why. As a child, I was not the one to choose. It was the parents' decision. I was sent to one of the only 3 international school in Bangkok. Of course, today there are more than 200 international schools. I'm talking about when I was a boy growing up, only 3 international schools. And things are reversed now. Things are reversed. International school, kindergarten, nursery emerging every day, and it's now very popular concept among the Thai, the local Thai, the local Chinese, not only the local Indian, to send their children to international school. And so India has a very strong image as an education hub for Thailand. For those who can afford it, they may send their children to US, to UK, to Australia. For those who do not wish to spend too much on education for US, UK, Australia standard, we fully recognize India. So Thai students, the main Thai, the local Thai Chinese, the local Thai Indian, still going to India. But the local Indian population now going to India much less, not as popular as when I was a boy, due to availability of local education, international education. And the subject today, making education relevant. The way I look at education today, I feel what we can deliver, what's our skill, what's our competency. I value it much more higher than degree. To me, when I recruit people to join me today, degree is very less important to me. I look at how the competency, the skill. One time I can give one actual example. There was a guy from Africa. He came to Thailand to study at one of the international university in Thailand, 2 hours north of Bangkok by car. I recruited him after he finished from his bachelor degree. I recruited him to join my organization. And after a year, he said, "Okay, I want to leave. I want to continue my master." I told him that for me, whether you are bachelor degree, you are master degree, is less important. It's more important your quality, your skill, your competency, what you can deliver. And but he insisted that he want to leave and he want to pursue his master's degree. after he finished his master's degree, he contacted me that he want to come back. I couldn't offer him any higher pay, because to me it's a skill, it's a competency. It's not about degree. And I inform him in advance that that's the way I look at it. If he looks for higher pay, perhaps he can look for other organizations who value degree. But to me, I look at the skill, I look at the competency. Now, I divide people in the workforce into three categories, uh, including up to the highest level, including up to the CEO, up to management, up to the company founder. I divide people into three levels to look to define the competency. Uh, on the lower level, the most important is the job skill. The job skill, uh, whatever job, whatever our responsibility, the skill for that particular job, I call it the job skill. The middle management, to me, the most important skill is the people skill. The middle management must be able to manage people. So they still need a job skill, but very important is the people skill. The people, the highest level, a founder of an organization, people like our Dr. Gulshan Sharma, people like me, the most important skill is the visionary skill. We we uh, we 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 need to think, we need to look ahead, and we need to plan. So these are the very important skills of three level: job skill, people skill, and visionary skill. So this is the way I look at the job market. And and this policy of mine has not just started recently or a few years ago. For very long time, for very long time, to me, degree is less important, because especially one particular area I can share exactly is a sales area, sales marketing area. I have seen from my own experience, 30, 40 years, people have no people who have no degree are better salespeople than people with degree. This is from my actual experience of 30, 40 years managing sales force. People who have no degree are generally better salespeople than people with bachelor degree, master degree. So skill and competency, yes, Professor Sharma, I very much agree with you. The skills and competency, technical, and which means any higher education, there must be a turnaround. There must be a complete turnaround in which the higher education deliver education, deliver to the job market. So this is what I like to share initially, Professor Sharma.
Okay. Sir, it's a wonderful introduction. I've taken the job skills, the people skill, and the visionary skills. Wonderful. The way you have defined all the three areas, that gives a very clear. And the best part and the laughter is, people, those are watching this particular program, they all will be enthusiastic when you say you don't require a degree to be a good salesperson or good marketing person, because these are the skills, those don't require any paper degree. It is basically your instinct, and it comes from within, and you can be a better person. There was a time when it was required, you got to have a commerce, you got to have a accountancy, you got to have a management to join the bank. And today, if you want to join a financial sector, they say how many more accounts you will bring, how many more FDs you will bring, how many more deposits you will bring, how many more credit card customers you will bring, how many more what do you call that, high network individuals, HNIs you will bring. So certainly what you have mentioned. Now, what I wish to share with you, sir, and what I want to have from you is that with regard to, because there's a school education, there is a technical education, there is a vocational education, then there is a higher education, and there could be a collaboration between ASEAN and India. How do you look at it if there is some kind of a joint research, faculty exchange, students exchange, and at the same time some innovations, because now the technology is playing very important role. And most of the Indians, when you look at United States, what exactly it is, it's a confluence of the best brains of the world. Those are paid a higher salaries, and they have gone over there, but the brains have been borrowed from the different countries. So instead of children going all the way from Southeast Asia to Canada, Southeast Asia to US, Southeast Asia to Europe for higher education and spending more money, do you see some future strategy which can be worked out between India and ASEAN, when we have got so much of cultural heritage and our historical linkages? And you mentioned about the international airport, Swarna Bhumi, and Ram Lakshman, and and Sanskrit language from the Thai relationship and all. How do you look at that, sir? Would you like to share some thought process on that?
I'm very much in favor of student exchange. Yes, between ASEAN and India. I'm very much in favor of faculty exchange between ASEAN and India, including joint research, including joint innovation. Let me share a specific example of international schools in Thailand. International schools in Thailand are basically of two or three classes. The very elite class, the very expensive one. I'm not so sure about India, but in Thailand, when we are talking about international school, a very elite class, very expensive one, the parents tend to want to look at all teachers from the white community, teachers from the native English speaking like US, UK, and Australia, and it doesn't mean they are better teachers, but that's the way the image is. And the B class international schools are, most of the teachers are either from South Asia, India included, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, or otherwise from Philippines. Philippines teachers very common in Thailand. So basically divided into two, and again the white teachers are not necessarily better from my own experience, but is the image. And from some of the feedback I got is that the South Asian teachers, the Filipino teachers are even better, but because the image is such, they are part of the B class international schools, their pay is lower than the white native English speaking teachers. So this is basically the scenario. While the university, the international program is becoming more and more common. Many universities offer international program. At one point of time, maybe something new for our friends in India. Even our doctor, medical education, engineering education, the entire higher level education at one point of time was 100% in Thai. At one point of time, there were no English higher education. Now the higher education, the English program is becoming more and more common, especially business studies. Almost every university is in Thailand with business administration faculty do have English program today. The university I was associated with, called Assumption University, I was associated as a visiting faculty for 12 years in my younger days, 12 years, 24 semesters in a row, no break in between. It was the first university in Thailand to come up with English medium business education. And then many years later, many other universities follow. And many universities with English medium education do have imported faculties from the Western countries, including from India. And many local universities with their English program have collaboration, have a tie-up with foreign universities. So this is the general scenario in Thailand now.
Okay. There's one more area which has emerged from
Yes,
your conversation when you have mentioned about medical education. Now,
yes, sir.
when we look at the COVID-19 and when we look at this pandemic and when we look at the global scenario, health and wellness industry is going to be the future industry now,
That's
because
right.
many jobs will get over, many restaurants will get closed permanently, many hotels are having most difficult time, tourism, hospitality, and aviation is passing through a difficult area. And particularly when I talk about health and wellness sector, the wellness hub, when I talk about, Thailand plays a very important role. Do you foresee some kind of a linkages can be developed in wellness area also between Asia, that means Southeast Asia and India?
Okay. Especially this COVID-19, Thailand handled very well.
Hmm.
We are among the best handling country in the world. We have only few thousand cases in which most people are treated and sent back home. We have got less than 60 death, less than 60, among
Okay,
the best in the
that's
world. And
okay.
yes, and uh, uh, medical facility, due to medical facility, I believe, of course, due to medical facility, due to our healthcare system, and due to the general population cooperation with whatever government guidelines, whatever government healthcare, health guidelines we follow. Although we have never had a complete lockdown like India, ours was only a partial lockdown. Banks open every day normally, companies open every day normally. Banks and companies, government office never ordered close. We were only under partial lockdown, and we are now fully open. And what I believe personally, now depending on the government visionary, depending on how government understand and take advantage of this, what I believe personally, Thailand can be the economic center of the world. I'm not boasting this. I'm not just saying Thailand can be economic center of Asia. Thailand can be economic center of the world. Thailand government need to understand and open up more. For example, I give this example. The way US is today, what is USA? It's a land belong to the Red Indian. It was the Britisher who went in, the German who went in, the Italian who went in, the French who went in. Then later it was the Israeli who went in. Later it was the Chinese, the Indians, the Mexican, the people from all over the world who built in. So America is built by immigrants, is built by people from all over the world. Thailand need to understand this. We have shown the world we are very good with healthcare. We handle COVID-19 very well. Thai people are very hospitable. Thai people like to welcome people. Thai people are very warm. Last year we had 40 million, 4 crore tourists last year. That means about 100,000 average, 100,000 or 1 lakh tourist arrival each day, every day for last year. Now we have been looking at only tourists, 40 million or 4 crore. My opinion is Thailand should have missionary and should be open. We should attract immigrants. We should now not only look at tourist number, because now we should look at bringing in rich people, bringing in startup, bringing in people who want to come to retire, bringing in people who are rich and want to come and start some business. Bring in quality people and attract up to 5 million or 50 lakh. Today we hardly have 200,000, 2 lakh expats in Thailand. The biggest number are Japanese, followed by Korean. Indian are among the top 5 working as an expats in Thailand. Number very small, only around 2 lakh. I want government to look at 5 million, bring in 5 million people into Thailand. to start a business, to retire, and what we gain, those coming into Thailand, they need a house. Those who can afford to buy, they'll buy. Those who cannot afford to buy, they'll rent. Those they need to send their children to the best school, international school. They will need a medical treatment, they'll go to hospital. They need a car, they'll buy a car. Maybe they'll need to employ a driver. They start a business, they need to employ people, especially startup. I think we have passed through a phase where we attract large fund. Now I think it's not the time to look for large industry or large fund. Now is the time to target startup. Look at any small startup that can grow. Forget about those a billion US dollar auto industry, billion US dollar different industry. I think it's not the time. It's not the time to target those industry. So Thailand need this visionary, and if Thailand government understand this and adjust their policy, people want to come to Thailand. I'm in hospitality. I'm in real estate. I see all the time people from all over the world want to move to Thailand, but they find the route. The route is still a lot of challenge to go through the process and the route. So what Thailand government need is to make the route, the process easy. Currently, the route and the process is still a lot of challenge. Once the route and the process is easy, with the way Thailand is, we can easily attract and meet our target of bringing in 5 million people to move to Thailand, and do not be so stringent. If they live here for 10 years, give them citizenship. Today, Thailand, we are very difficult, not like 30, 40 years ago when we used to give easy citizenship. Today, we are not giving citizenship so easy. In my opinion, let them come in, see their commitment for 5 years, 10 years. If they are really committed, give them citizenship. So what? We have 68 million people today. If we have 5 million more added, so what? We have nothing to lose. Though if we give them citizenship, they are not bringing money outside. They are going to be citizen of Thailand. That means they will love Thailand. Their money will be here. They will only take out the money out of Thailand back to their country only if they are not given citizenship. So they live here for 10 years. Give them citizenship. Their money, their wealth, their investment will not go anywhere because Thailand become their home. Same way the US attracted Indian. The US become home to many Indians. It's the same way. This is how I look at the future. Okay. And I truly believe, I'm not just boasting, I truly believe. But the Thai government must understand this.
Okay. There are 2-3 more takeaways, sir, from here.
Yes.
When 40 million tourists and 5 million offer you have given, I'm sure a lot of Indians would be interested. Let's see how it works out to be. Now, yes. We traveled together to Cambodia. We met the president of Indo-Cambodia Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Majumdar. We met Mohan Gunti. We met a couple of other people over. Now, when I say the entire Southeast Asia as ASEAN as a region together, yes, right, sir. Starting from Myanmar, coming to Laos, coming to Cambodia, medical tourism, medical and other things, the entire ASEAN, Thailand stands to an advantage as far as wellness industry is concerned. And as our chamber is doing more research, people are not interested to go for surgery. People are not interested to go for health. They want to spend rather the money for wellness. We met Professor Kempon, who is working on the stem cells and other things with Nancy and all the people, the team. What I wish to share with you is that do you feel that in education field when we are talking, so education in totality we are talking about. So as far as technical know-how is concerned, Indians working out on software, hardware, and technocrats and technical inputs coming that side. And at the same time, some wellness therapies and wellness modules and wellness education along with some skills, because I know you mentioned that people are very hospitable. In hospitality, they are very warm. And same goes for Filipinos also. Whenever I travel to Philippines, my salutations to all of them. When I travel to Singapore, you get the financial part of it. You understand what business is. So when you say that Thailand can emerge as a future global confluence kind of a hub, so in that ecosystem between India and ASEAN, because the total focus I'm taking on, see, if a Australian professor is taking a flight and coming to Singapore, teaching on a Friday night, he flies, Saturday he teaches, Sunday he teaches, Sunday night he takes a flight and goes back to Australia or New Zealand. For that matter, there's a large chunk of population which is going from Southeast Asia towards Europe and America. And particularly, the world is not going to remain same now. What it used to be in January and February, we all got to have a shift. We all got to see new world. We got to see new pedagogy. So there, India and ASEAN, how do you look at as far as human resource and human development and human competencies and human skills, and particularly higher education, technical education, medical education, collaboration, research in that area as a president of the chamber? Because our chamber, I personally feel, has suffered the maximum blow, because it is the services sector which has suffered maximum during this. Tourism, it has suffered. Hospitality, it has suffered. Retail, it has suffered. Airports, aviation sector, it has suffered. Media entertainment, it has suffered. So services and education is one sector which require futuristic approach. If India and ASEAN under your presidentship works in that direction, how do you look at that, sir, as a final remarks of yours?
Each ASEAN member has its own strength. So combining the strength and to have a stronger tie-up with uh, uh, country like India, and India also recognize that India need to have a stronger tie-up with ASEAN. ASEAN also recognize that we need to have a stronger tie-up with India. I'm sure we can work out many things, including education, tourism, medical, hospitality, aviation. And many people say that the world will not be the same. Of course, the world change all the time. Change is the game. Change is constant. But that people will not be near each other, I don't believe. People need to always wear a mask, I don't believe this. People will always need hand sanitizer, I don't believe this. In this kind of lifestyle aspect, we will get back to normal. People have to be together, people will hug, people will kiss, people will stop wearing masks. It's our nature, we need to breathe, we need more oxygen. And germs on our body, on our hand, it has been with us for millions of years. The more we put on sanitizer, the more we try to clean our hands, our immune system will be weaker. So eventually we have to get back to normal life. We cannot clean our hand with all those alcohol and gels all the time. Our hand, we need germs on our hand. It's a part of human nature. Our body is all germs. Our stomach is germs. Our mouth is all germs. So I don't believe some of the people believe that this kind of lifestyle life will change. I don't believe this. So this is and to me the best way to fight the bad virus is to improve our immunity, to boost our immunity. The germs going to be with us. They are inside our body. They are on our body. They are all around us. So the best way to fight germs is to boost our immunity. And perhaps when the day come out with vaccine, I may be one of the person that I don't want the vaccine. I believe in my own immunity. I don't believe that we all that we all need vaccine. I may be one of the person who will not go for vaccine.
So message goes very deeper from your side that
Yes.
we have not only to be physically fit, but we have to be mentally robust. And when your mental faculty
Yes.
is strong and mentally you are robust, then the body will follow, and things would be much better, and world would be once again a place where people would meet, greet, treat, eat together, and that's the way the world would be.
Yes. That's
And any message you would like to give to the younger generation, finally the youth, because 15th of July, which is coming, that's going to be the World Youth Skills Day. It is United Nations declaration World Youth Skills Day. Would you like to leave any message for the youth? How do they look? How they should look at future? Because now the millennials, those are born with the gadgets, those have come with the technology, and their lifestyle, their living style, and everything is so different. So elders got to love and respect the ideas and feelings of youngsters, so that they are not away from you and they are with you, and at the same time drawing a fine balance. What message would you like to give to the future generation as a president of International Chamber for Service Industry?
Message to the younger generation: I like you to look at yourself as a brand. I like you to look at yourself as a product, and not just any product, not just any brand. You must be a premium brand. What do I mean by premium brand? Some special skills. When we look at ourselves as a brand, we are not among the skills among 100,000, among millions of people. What special skill do I have? Only then we become a premium brand. I like to, let's say, I like to catch a cat, or I like to catch a Japanese market. The question have to ask myself: do I speak Japanese? This is what I call premium brand. So any particular skill that is special and very unique and very rare, we must choose a skill to make ourselves unique, and we must become a premium brand. This is the do I speak French? Am I very good with technology? Whatever we can think of to make ourselves a premium brand, a unique skill, a very unique competency. This is the way we are a product, we are a brand. So that's my conclude message.
Thank you very much. It's so beautiful when you talk about premium brand, special skills, special competencies, unique. And when you talk about Japan, I am reminded of Shiawasenara Teo Tatako, Shiawasenara Taido da Shimaso, and that is the way it comes from Japan. And wish you all a great happy evening in the entire ASEAN continent, and our special regards to everybody in the entire ASEAN, those who have joined us from there, and of course all the brothers and sisters world over, and of course our family, our people, and my brothers and sisters in India as well. There's a lots of future between India and ASEAN together. Northeast, sir, is next to heart. Your heart. You had gone to Sikkim, Gangtok. You had gone to Guwahati in Assam. I still recollect. We look forward
You.
And ASEAN, Northeast, and entire India once again getting closer through the medium of education. Thank you, sir. And what do we say in Thai? What do we say in Thailand, sir?
ขอบคุณครับ ขอบคุณครับ Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
ขอบคุณครับ Thank you.